NYRocks TV. Hey, how you doing, everybody? This is Phil from NYRocks TV, and we're rocking over here at the new studio. And today we have a great first guest. We have Patrick Johnson, an Elvis tribute artist, right here on the show. How you doing, Patrick?
Hey, Phil. Nice to meet you.
Cool, man. You know, this is really great because it's the first act that I'm having here, and what more fitting to have the king here. And there he is, the king of rock and roll, Patrick Johnson.
Thank you. Thanks to be here.
Now, let's start out. Tell everybody where you're from and how you got started in music.
Originally from Ireland.
Okay.
And moved to the United States. And I was always a singer, closet singer. And the karaoke, remember the karaoke craze came on? And I started singing karaoke, and it kind of brought me out of the shyness of the thing, and people took notice. And
how old were you when you came to?
I think I was 18 years old.
You were born
here in Buffalo.
Here, and then you moved to
back. Yeah, my dad took us back to take care of his parents.
Okay.
And then when I became old enough, I moved back here, and I was like 18 years old and stuff.
That's Buffalo, New York, right?
Buffalo, New York, and that's where I was born. And then karaoke came along, and then I won a couple contests with karaoke. And then somebody asked me to sing at their grandma's 50th anniversary party. They paid me some money, and I'm like, okay. So then next thing you know, somebody made me a jumpsuit. It was my first jumpsuit ever, and you know, it was like a bit of a Halloween thing, and they paid me some more money. And I said to myself,
how old
were you?
How old were you at that time?
I was like 19 years old, you know. So I said, okay, I'm onto something here. And the next thing you know, I'm traveling all over the United States. We got a band now, and represented New York in Europe, and we did a fundraiser for Down syndrome over there, and here I am in New York, and we're going to recreate the 45th anniversary of Elvis Presley playing at Madison Square Garden, 45 years on the exact same date, June 10th at 7 p.m. at the Cutting Room in New York
What
City.
year was that? 45 would be
1972.
72.
Yeah, when he was on tour, and he sold out 4 shows.
Right.
And we're going to recreate, between all them 4 shows, we're going to put all the songs together, and a couple different ones, of course, and we're going to give the crowd a great, great, great show, you know.
Yeah.
We got the Raise on Rock Band. Oh, yeah, it's going to be fantastic. Raise on Rock Band's coming up with us, with me, and
who else is going to be there with you, playing with you?
Well, we got 2 background singers, lead guitar, bass, and drums, and
you play a couple sets, 2 sets?
No, we're going to do 1 full concert. One full concert, like a
keyboard
player, yeah, and 2 background singers. The band has been together since July. And I've had bands before and played with different bands all around the world and stuff like that.
I wanted to ask about your past though. When you first started out as Elvis and you played, you know, music or a song, what was the first song that you played? You performed in front of everybody.
The first song I think I played, well, I actually recorded. The first song was "Can't Help Falling in Love."
Okay.
With you, and I did that in a recording studio.
Right.
And the first song I remember was I jumped on stage with a Suspicious Minds with a band, and the people were like, they took notice right away, you know, and I have fun on stage. I mean, I really, you have to laugh at yourself when you're up there, you know, and it's not making a parody, but you're serious about it, you know. But I'm not the kind of a guy that walks around and goes, thank you very much. You know, I'm not that kind of a guy. You know,
well, even Elvis had a sense of humor. Yes, he made mistakes. Everybody, you know, and entertainment made mistakes. Even on the Grammys, Adele made a mistake. She started over, right?
Yeah,
so it's like,
you know. And I mean,
how about stage fright too? You know, were you in the beginning when you first started?
When I first started off, I was always nervous.
Right.
I'm still a little bit nervous, but because it's a new crowd, right? And you have to excite the crowd, okay? And you have to be aware of that all the time. So you just can't take things for granted. And anything can go wrong on stage. I remember one night a woman threw a bra at me, right? And I caught the bra.
Is that the craziest thing?
That was the craziest thing I've ever happened. And it was, she took it off, you know, in the crowd. She didn't bring it, you know, so. And that was one of the craziest things, you know, and you just have to laugh and you have a good time, you know, and I enjoy interacting with the crowd. I'm not, after the show, I meet and greet everybody, you know, and everybody, you know, buy me a beer, whatever you gotta do, you know, we just have fun, you know. And it's a lot of people walk around, they're just too serious. And I just like to have fun, you know.
Right. Well, Elvis is like so all over the place. They have festivals all over the world. And actually, I've been to a couple of them in Canada, in Penticton. It's very big, in Penticton, BC.
Right.
You ever go to that one?
Yeah, and Phil, it's funny you mentioned that because you think that Elvis is gone for a long time, since 1977.
Right.
What I see, being a performer, I see younger people in the audience all the time.
Right.
I mean, he's getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, it's a lot of like the Rat Pack. They're fading away a little bit because their genre is fading away. But Elvis, look at the festivals. Look at what they're doing down in Graceland. They built that big complex down there.
They have a new museum, right?
Yeah,
it just opened.
Yeah. So
she said she had so many. Elvis's wife, was it Priscilla? She had so much memorabilia and so many things from Elvis that they couldn't possibly show everything in the house. Yeah. So they were like, "Oh, well, you know."
His father was a hoarder. His father never threw out anything. And that's what the best thing about Elvis was. He never threw out anything. Yeah. So whatever you see, that's what Elvis. His dad kept every single thing. You know.
And Elvis had a twin brother, though, right?
Yeah, he
passed away, right?
You know, can you imagine if there's two of them?
Wow, that would have been good if we would have had a backup Elvis. We could have had, right?
Right.
Now, some of the places that you've played, you played besides in the States, you played all over the world.
Yeah,
and then one time you said, you had mentioned to me that you played and you represented New York.
In Ireland.
In Ireland,
yes, Ireland.
Yeah, talk about that.
Yeah, we've been to England, Canada, we just played at the Hard Rock Cafe in Chicago. And we were just at the theater in Michigan. We're going to Peru in September for 5 days. We're going to play a big amphitheater over there.
Nice.
And of course, we're going to play the Cutting Room here. And there's not many Elvis tribute artists get to play in New York City.
Right.
So I'm very honored that they're actually having.
They actually
here,
draw big crowds. You know, I mean, in Canada, there's at least 5,000-6,000 people maybe there.
Collingwood
maybe
is
more.
huge up there. You know, Niagara Falls this year. It's going to be a big festival in Niagara Falls this year. You know, all over there's Vegas. They have one. And Myrtle Beach, Lake George. You know, we're actually going to play outside of Lake George in April. I think April 14th. We're going to play down there.
April 14th.
Yeah, we got to. Hopefully, that's going to sell out too. So.
All right, talk to me about some of the music that you enjoy the most playing, Elvis's music. What songs do you enjoy playing the most?
I love the big ballads. Because I have a strong voice. You know, My Way, of course, is huge. I like that stuff. Something, and then you get into the rock and roll, like Johnny B. Good, even you know Elvis, and we have a fantastic guitar player. He just plays all my musicians play just like it's on the record. I mean, it's amazing how these guys have studied every single aspect of it, and they have it down. I mean, they just amaze me how good these guys are. You know. Fantastic.
I heard Elvis's guitarist, he just passed away, didn't he?
The original guitarist, Scotty Moore just passed away. But his concert guy, James Burton, he's still alive. He's still kicking around with the band. They still tour, you know, and they have the Elvis on the video screen and behind.
Did you ever get to see that? Or
no,
anything?
never. I was too young.
How about Elvis? Did you never
did.
get
I
to
was
see
too young
Elvis?
for that, you know. I did actually. He came to Niagara Falls one time, and I was only a little guy, and I saw him on the radio, and I jumped out of bed, and I'm like, "Hey, it's Elvis, you know." And but I never did get to see him, you know. It was
what actually got you turned on to, you know, liking Elvis, and that was the first performer.
Yeah, that's a good question. It's I don't know. It was just the mystique.
Right.
You remember the old movies that he did, you know, and the innocence of it, the hero and the superstar, and always got the girl kind of a thing, you know.
He did it all. He sang, he danced, he acted.
Right. And he always got the girl, you know. He always got the girl.
And he had the looks.
Right. Yeah.
He had the looks. So.
And I guess it was just a mystique, you know, growing up in Ireland, and you just see these movies, and you you fantasize about, you know, being your hero, you know, and I guess it was just innocence, you know, and that's how it became about. And then I just started mimicking, you know, singing, and people they're looking at you and they're going, "Wow, you kind of sound like him," you know. And then I just
you do look like him too. I see your eyes. You have blue eyes too. You know, they're wearing glasses now. That comes after the gig, though, right?
Right.
Always after.
Right.
Now, Elvis also played. He was into religion, like singing a lot of religious songs. So talk about that.
We just recorded a gospel CD.
Right.
And it's called Amazing Grace.
Right.
And I got to say, it took me about 5 years to do it because I was always scared of it because it's something you don't want to mess with.
Right.
You know, it's you got to get it, you got to do it right. You know, and we did it right, and it's a real popular CD in our when we sell it, you know, merchandise and stuff. We sell merchandise with T-shirts and CDs and scarves and pictures and stuff like that. You know, so we have fun doing it.
Talk about some of the like awards that you like won.
Well,
any tributes?
I won
you
contests here and there in Canada and Montreal and stuff. Buffalo, I've won a few things.
Right.
But I kind of gotten away from that.
Right.
A lot of people.
Because actually going out with the band is a lot better to do when you have a good band and you're a good Elvis
instead
tribute artist.
Right.
Because that's what it's known as, tribute artist.
Right. It is a tribute to Elvis. You know, and I am myself on stage. I am not. I'm not walking around going, thank you very much, you know. I am Patrick Johnson doing a tribute to Elvis. And people see that, and they know they're not, you're doing the same moves and you're sounding like him, but in between songs, I am Patrick Johnson, right? And people see that. They see you're a genuine person, you know. You're not up there trying to make a mockery of it, you know. And after the show, I stick around and I greet everybody. Everybody gets a photograph. I don't leave. I don't hide.
You're known as Patrick Johnson, the artist, the tribute artist, but artist first, you know.
And people appreciate that. You know,
a novelty act.
Halloween gig, you know, kind of a thing. You know, that's the way it is.
It could start out as a Halloween gig.
Well, you know, it did.
When you're a kid, you know.
Yeah, as a kid, you know, you got the.
Because even Bruno Mars, he used to dress up like Elvis.
Yeah, you see that video? I saw that.
It's unbelievable, like you know, and well, now he's his own artist, but you know,
he is good.
Just
he's like the.
Great
what Elvis was back then, you know, he's Bruno's fantastic. I mean, he's a great artist. I mean,
he's going to be in movies next, maybe.
You never know, you know. He's got a good-looking kid, you know.
Great voice. You know, besides having a great voice, you also you got to know how to entertain people.
Yeah,
he's a good entertainer. Yes, you know, even Lady Gaga, she knows how to entertain people.
Yeah.
You know, and strong voice though. You have to have a good strong voice as a singer. You know, to command the lead. You know,
so absolutely,
I know that. I've been seeing music and music artists and hearing them forever and seeing so many concerts, people live, you know. That's when you really could tell when you see people live, right? Then, you know, hearing them, let's say, on a recording.
Yeah.
But Elvis sounded good everywhere he sang, if he sang live.
The Super Bowl get Lady Gaga on the Super Bowl. I mean, it was just sheer entertainment.
I mean,
Bruno was the year before. Bruno was just sheer entertainment.
Excellent.
And you can tell, like that. He's got it.
Yeah, you know, you got to have to your thing together, especially if you're performing in front of all those people and millions of people home watching on TV.
Right.
You know,
Absolutely.
it's a big thing. So now that you've been doing Elvis for how many years now? It's
probably going on 12 years.
12 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
So band's name, Raised on Rock, you know. And it was all
Raised on Rock?
Raised on Rock is the name of the band. Yeah.
Raised on Rock.
One of Elvis's songs, actually, you know, one of his albums. So, and it sounded good. And she was instrumental in getting all the artists in the band and the guitar players and interviewed them and set up everything. So I mean, I got to give her credit.
She's your manager, like
she's done everything for us, and she's no stopping her.
Actually, she contacted me online, and she knows that I've been working for the Aquarian Weekly. It's a rock and roll paper. It's been around since 1969, actually 2 more years. It's going to be 50 years old.
Wow.
It's a publication that's I distribute all over Manhattan, you know, Brooklyn, and I have at least 40, 50 stops, you know. So I know all the clubs and what kind of music plays in and what type of genre or location, too, you know. There's a lot involved when you're booking a venue, you know, and what type of place, if it fits, right? So I had mentioned to her, I said, you know, there's a place called the Cutting Room. It's in Manhattan. It's on the east side. And I said, that's perfect fit for him, you know. It's not too small and it's not too big either. So it's just perfect. And a very classy place, you know. The owner owns, I think it's from, it was in Sex and the City and CSI, Christopher North. He's part owner, I think, of that. You know, it moved a couple of places, but now they rebuilt it in a new area on the east side, and it's a beautiful venue. So I had mentioned that, and then I think she gave him a call. So this has gone together.
The result of it, yeah.
See, and you know, when you try to help somebody, it comes back to you, and you know, you help each other. You know,
tenfold. It comes back tenfold. You know,
right.
It really does. You know, so
you know?
It is. The band is really excited to come here.
Right.
And that's all they've been talking about, and so it's good to get out and go to different places, you know.
Well, this is a very famous venue. A lot of famous people perform there. A lot of great artists. Good. You know, and
I can put my name on there.
Yeah, and you can. Actually, I just was down at the St. George Theater. That's another place that's local on Staten Island, and a lot of people have been playing there too. So that might be another venue for you after this. You know, you just go up, you know what I mean?
Hopefully we won't go down.
No. You don't have to go down. You just keep going up, especially when you're doing good. Now, the date on the cutting room is now
June 10th. Exact same date that Elvis performed at Madison Square Garden.
Oh, okay.
Exact same date.
Okay, so it really coincides.
Oh, yeah.
So how can people find out more about the gig?
Just go on
at the cutting room.
The Cutting Room, NYRockstv.com, and scroll down through the calendar, and you'll see me, and click on tickets and buy them all up. Buy them all. Sell me out, baby.
Yeah, but are you on on social media, on your Facebook?
Yeah, we're on
Do you
Facebook.
have a website?
You can see Patrick Johnson on Facebook. ElvisLivesLive.com. Is the website. You can see it there. A bunch of pictures and videos and stuff there, and we got some YouTube promos going out.
How about your name, Patrick Johnson? Are you on Facebook as Patrick Johnson too?
Patrick Johnson.
There you go. You can type that in, but
as Elvis, I guess you'd have to put down because it's probably a lot of Johnsons.
They'll see a guy who's like a farmer, and they'll come to the concert. But we thought we were Patrick Johnson. Yeah, I am Patrick Johnson, but I'm in Wisconsin.
Right.
Wisconsin.
Don't take my paycheck. We'll be fine.
We want to come see the farm animals.
Right.
No, we're here to see the cutting room.
Right.
And the cutting room is again on June
10th.
June 10th. So if you want to check out
the address in the cutting room, it's in where is it?
Exactly. Well, it's on the east side. East. Oh my God.
Well, the cutting room, not New York City.
I don't want to make it.
It's on. Just Google it.
It's in the 30s.
Right. You just Google New York City or Google.
I think it's the Cutting Room NYC.
Yeah.
You know, you can get it, and you can also find out on Facebook. And it's been a great interview, you know, and.
Appreciate it.
Man, it's great meeting you too. And look at it, you got the rings.
You got the bling going.
The bling bling, and you're gonna have all the outfits. Are you gonna change outfits during the show?
No, we got one outfit. It's gonna be identical to Elvis what he wore that night. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's called the porthole suit, and we're trying to do it as authentic as possible. You know. So.
You got to keep it cool, man.
Oh yeah.
You got to keep it cool.
We always have fun.
This is a great interview. I want to thank you. Thank you.
Oh, no,
thank you for coming down. And Tina, best of luck with Tina, and hopefully we're going to have a big sellout show, and everybody will come down to the cutting room and check out the show.
We'll be there.
All right. Well, thank you very much for watching the interview. You're watching New York Rocks. Who rocks better than us? Who?
You.
Nobody. We rock the best.
Nobody.
That's it. Me, but you know, it's not all about me. We rock the best. Right. It's a we thing. Thanks for watching. Peace out, everybody.